There's a project going on by Bloomsburg University. Lori Green is in charge of it. She says it's a tree swallow project, started last winter. Now, we caught up with her on a Zoom call, but boy, was she excited to tell us the news. Usually we start from the beginning to the end, but we have to talk about the exciting news today. What did you find today?
So we went out to one of our field sites today, and it was the first time that they had eggs. And actually, most of the nests at that site have eggs. So you just timed it perfectly.
So when you talk about eggs, now we're talking about tree swallows.
Yeah.
And the first time we met, it was like 20 below zero. We're trying to bang through old cold dirt. Tell me about how this all got started in the first couple of days in the field.
I had been working with my grad student at the time, that was Victoria Roper, and we were looking for a project to be able to do out in the freshwater wetlands, particularly those around Bloomsburg University. And because I had some wetland experience down at the coast, I had some bird behavior, and so we sort of landed on, excuse the pun, these tree swallows because they recruit so well to these local freshwater wetlands. And they recruit pretty well both to natural wetlands, but also to all the like constructed wetlands, all these artificial wetlands that property owners are putting up in their, on their land and stuff. And it enables us to ask lots of questions about food webs, water quality, behavior, populations, conservation. And so it all started off just wanting to have a really dynamic local project.
So you took people into the field and your graduate people, and you bang in some rods and you put boxes up.
Yep.
How many are up, and how did it all get started when you started seeing them coming back?
So right now we have over 100 nest boxes out right now. Currently at 4 sites. 3 of the sites we used last year, and then 1 we discontinued, but we added a new site. And, again, we put these rods on there, we put the poles, we put the nest boxes, and, we had some success. 2 of the sites were very successful last year. And so we went out and, this year we're like, okay, hopefully we'll get even more.
They're swooping right over my head. I have a pretty well-developed nest in this box, and they're swooping at me and chattering.
And in fact, if you were able to go out there today, you would have seen so many tree swallows and so many nests. And now we're super excited. This is our 2nd year. We have eggs.
They are ticked off.
So I know for a fact that when we were out there in the summer and you were watching them, trapping them, putting some stuff, there were a lot of hands-on going on right then. Tell me what we did last spring and summer.
So last spring and summer, of course, we were counting eggs and stuff. One of the things that Victoria was really interested in was measuring their growth. So she was going out there and she was measuring like their bone lengths and their masses to see if there was any relationship between, say, growth and maybe prey availability. And also I had cameras set up, and I was really interested in looking at like foraging rates. How often are the parents coming in and exiting the boxes? How often are they bringing prey at these different sites? See if there's any differences. This year, what I'm super interested in, and my new grad student, Ty Basinger, we're really focusing a lot more on the food web stuff. And so what we're doing this year is that we started sampling the prey abundances even before they started nesting. We saw the tree swallows out there. We started sampling the prey because we want to see, like, are the tree swallows, are they timing their reproduction based on the availability? And so we needed to catch that signal before they started nesting, and then we'll continue it after. And additionally, what we're going to do this year that's a little bit different is Ty is very, very interested in learning, like, what are the parents actually feeding the chicks? And so what we can do is get some of the samples of the feces of the chicks, once we have chicks, and run some DNA analysis and compare the DNA of what was in their feces to maybe what was out in the environment, saying, hey, there's all these bugs out there. This is what they could be feeding, but maybe they're only feeding them certain species or other things. And then we can compare among sites, and that'll really help us understand how these sites are different from each other.
Now take me back again to this morning. Like, when you opened up that box, and what did you find exactly? How many eggs? And it must have been like an awe factor for you, a wow factor.
Yeah, it was great. Actually, Ty opened them first because I was sampling some prey, and he comes back, and this is his first year on the project, so he was like, "Wow, look, there's eggs and stuff." And one of the first boxes he opened, he creaked it open. There was like these little panels off on the side, and he reaches his hand in there, and he's super excited. I think one of the very first nests had about 4 eggs, but one nest at that site even had 6. So we're gonna have quite a few babies, and the other sites, we have one other site, we have 1 nest with eggs, and then we have a ton of nests at my other site. So we're expecting a lot of babies very soon.
And when do you expect very soon? What is the gestation period of those eggs?
It's about 2 weeks, and so so in about a week and a half to 2 weeks, depending on when the eggs were first laid, we'll start to have chicks, and for good or for bad, they're going to be offset. So one site, we're going to have a ton of chicks, and then probably a week later, we're going to have a ton of chicks, and so in the next 2 weeks, Ty and I are going to be very busy.
Did you ever think that, like, you're talking about dozens of nests with eggs, and that's got to be exciting?
It is because this is a field that's relatively new for me. Again, I was sort of trained as a marine ecologist, and I go into these projects going, well, if we get this much data, like, that's good. Like, that's kind of our expectation, and then we sort of expect to grow our data and our project slowly. But wow, that first year took off with a bang, and of course we have more recruitment this year and more sites, and so no, I didn't expect this many eggs and this this rate of return.
Well, congratulations on being where you are, and good luck in the future. It sounds exciting all the way around.
Yeah, it's great. Projects like this lend themselves to just lots of different types of questions we can ask. And I think as an ecologist and as a conservation biologist, that's what's super exciting, because we can help the species. But then we can also, like, I might be interested in one thing, and then I may have students that get super interested in completely different questions. And it's really fun work.
And good luck, Dr. Lori Green. Of course, we're going to be following the tree swallow story for hopefully many years to come. You want more information or to check out the photos that she has, go to drlorigreen.com. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.